Well, hello, everyone. Um, since we're all kind of stuck inside, or a lot of us are stuck inside these days, waiting for the virus to pass, I just thought it might be kind of fun to do something creative and something fun in our spare time. And you don't have to have a lot of expensive art materials. You can just use what is around your house. So today you need something to paint on. We're going to do a mixed media collage painting kind of activity. So if you have a sketchbook and you want to use it, you of course can. If you just have plain old paper, that works great too. But you can also use cardboard, like from a cereal box, or you can take old magazines and you can just paint, use it for your paint surface. Okay? So you need something to paint on. And then for collage, yeah, there's all kinds of beautiful collage papers and photographs and all kinds of things that we could use. But today, I'm going to show you how you can just use trash. So go get your trash can. I'll give you just a moment to do that, or you can put me on pause. So go get your trash can. I would have a lot more trash today, but my husband Kevin just took the trash out. So I've got a little bit of trash. And here's my trash can. So I just want you to go through your trash and pull out anything that is interesting. Like these papers are gold. That's interesting. Here's a bright color of paper. Here's a lot of words. Here's something I really like a lot. I love these trivia papers because they have a quote of the day on them that's really fun. So I've got a couple of those in here. I can see them down in there. There's some more of those. Here's some kind of instructions for setting something up. So it's got a person on it. But any kind of paper you can find. It could just have words on it. It could have color. Just don't have a lot of... Here's some yellow lined paper. I might want to use that. And it doesn't have to be in perfect condition either, because we're just going to collage with it. Oh, lots of candy wrappers. Yum. Here's a little bit of floral off of a checkbook thing. Some more color. Here's another color. And you can also take napkins if you have some colorful napkins. And what you'll want to do with these is you'll want to pull them apart. They should have layers. Sometimes it's kind of tricky to get them apart. So sometimes I just kind of tear it a little bit. And after you tear it a little bit, then you can see how it's pulling apart. And you just want like a single layer because it makes it kind of transparent. But see all that really cool design that's on there? So if you have any colorful napkins, run and get those. Or if you have any plain tissue paper and you want to just paint some of it and use it, you can. But right now, just find whatever's handy. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Here's another napkin with some beautiful colors on it from Thanksgiving, it looks like. And it just pulls apart. And you can use that white tissue paper for another project. You could paint it. Can't tell if this one had, I think this one has another layer. Yeah, this one had 3 layers. So I'm just going to pull this one apart, if you can see that. I'm going to pull that apart. The other thing you could grab real quick is any kind of magazine. Because magazines have all kinds of fun pictures and fun words in them. So you're just going to have a pile of trash. I think I'm going to pull another magazine real quick. Okay, and this is just an ads magazine. But there's some fun pictures in there. So real quickly, just go through your magazine and tear out any colors, any shapes, any people, any words that you like. Just go through and tear them out. Like here, I like this design, so I'm going to tear it out. You can put this on pause if you want to while you go and find a magazine. And if you don't have a magazine, that's fine. It doesn't matter. I kind of like some of these pretty colors. See, that's got some pretty turquoise and some pretty colors in that fabric. Okay, so now you also need some kind of glue. Just a plain old glue stick works, or if you want to use Mod Podge, or if you want to use matte medium, which I really like. It's great for gluing stuff down. But you use whatever it is that you have, okay? It'll work just fine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to tear up some pieces of our favorite pieces. And so just go ahead and tear some things up. Or if you want to cut it, you can cut it. You can cut shapes. You don't have to tear it. It's just whatever you want to do. But I'm just going to go ahead and tear up some pieces of things, the colors and things that I like. Let me pull this down so you can actually start seeing what I'm doing. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, we need to pull it down. There you are. Or there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of these things and I'm just going to tear it. Now, right now, there might be a lot of things on your mind that's bothering you. Lots of problems and worries and fears and that sort of thing. So, before we start, what I'd like for us to do is just to take a deep breath and maybe stretch. Let me pull this up again so you can see me. Let's just relax for a few minutes. I probably should have already done that. I was so excited to get started. But let's just breathe for a minute and just relax and spend at least, 15, 30 minutes together today. I like to breathe in through my nose and out through my mouth. And I like to stretch a little bit and just kind of move a little bit. Kind of just, relax the tension in my muscles. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I want you to take like a Sharpie marker or any kind of marker or a pencil or just whatever it is you want to use. It can be a plain color. It doesn't even have to show up on your paper because this is something that will end up going over. But what I would like for us to do before we even get started, I want us just to think of all the things that are bothering us. I want us to write it down. If we have any fears right now, if we have any problems right now, I just want us to write it down. It might be kind of hard for you to see on that page. I kind of like that page, but it doesn't matter. This is just for us, and it's going to be covered up, so don't worry about it. So, just write whatever is on your mind. Write down any problems you have. And it doesn't need to be neat. This is going to be totally covered up. It can even be written over itself. Just write down any worries that you have. About anything. Okay. Now, go ahead and continue to get your collage papers ready. by tearing them or cutting them. Just cut out anything. Don't even think about what you're going to do. Just tear out things that you like. Like, I really like that little palm tree in there. So I'm just going to tear those little palm trees out. You know, I like this lined paper, and I like this color of blue. And I really, really like this girl right here jumping. She's so happy. And this is kind of interesting. I think I might want to use some of that print. By the way, you can also use old books to do your art journaling in, or your practicing in. Okay. Now, we can always get more materials later, but you should have a nice little pile of trash. So now I just want you to get your glue stick or your glue. And I just happen to be using this liquid matte medium. But like I said, you can use Mod Podge. You use whatever you have, okay? Now, I don't want you to even worry about what we're doing, because we're just going to collage our total piece of paper up. Now, if there's something on your journal that you like, on your canvas, your page, like I kind of like some of this barn in here and some of this wood, you can leave some of it showing. It doesn't have to all be covered up. There's no rules. The thing I love about mixed media, there's really no rules. Especially when you're first starting out. I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't even know what I want to paint. It's hard to even get started. So sometimes I'll just collage to help me get started. I just relax. Just have fun. Just glue papers down. Besides that, it's just glue and paper. You can always cover it up if you don't like it, which is what we're going to do. We're going to add lots of paint and different things. So just enjoy. By the way, I'm using a little art spatula. It's called a Catalyst. You could probably use any kind of spatula, but it has a straight edge. And I love it because I don't have to worry about cleaning the brush, which you can clean brushes. It's just kind of a hassle. So I guess I'm kind of lazy about that. And I love this. I can just peel the glue off. It works really great for glue, but also for paint. And if you have an idea, you have something laying around that you think would look cool and on the collage, just go get it and try it. Put it on there. You can't make any mistakes. This is just our first layer. Let's see. Oh yeah, we have these really cool napkins too. I'm going to put a palm tree on here. I love palm trees. Today our whole point is just to relax. Forget about any problems. Just think about things that make you happy and things that are fun. Things that you're grateful for. Or don't think at all. Just relax. really cool if you have envelopes with stamps on them. I love that. That's a really great thing to use in your collage. Just happen to have a few over here. This one is of a little bird. Okay, and you're probably thinking, well, when do I stop? You just stop whenever you feel like you have enough collage on there and you're happy with it. I'm going to do some of the, another thing you can do with old catalogs is you can use them to glue on. Like if you don't want to get glue on your page, you can just put whatever it is that you're putting glue on, put it on the catalog page that you're going to throw away, and then you can peel it up and put that wherever you want. See how that's translucent? Is that not the coolest thing? See how the tissue paper kind of disappears because it's translucent. I just think that's stinking cool. I love that. So I'm going to put some more of that on there. That is just happy. Happy, happy, happy. Happy are the people whose God is the Lord. That was a little song I used to sing when I was a kid. Just remembered it. Okay. Oh, I really am liking this. Okay. Let's tear some more. Oopsie. I hope you're not just watching me. You're supposed to be doing it with me, okay? Watching is not the same thing as doing. So I don't care if you just have a paper and pencil today and some glue stick and some collage. I want you to use whatever you have. Never let your materials keep you from doing art. Just use what you have. Isn't that cool though, how that tissue paper just blends in there? I think I'm pretty happy with that. Now, you can go take a break and get a little snack and let it dry. Or you can get a hair dryer or a little craft heat gun and dry it a little bit. Which is what I'm going to do. Just to speed up the process. Sometimes we can't choose what happens to us, situations that happen to us, but we can always choose how we respond to them. So during this time, I just want to encourage you and myself to choose to be grateful and choose to trust in God during this time, because He has good plans for us, and He also has creative solutions for all of our problems. So we got to be full of peace and calm so we can hear Him, right? A lot of it has to do with focus. We want to focus on things that are good. We want to focus on solutions, not the problem. Right now, we just want to focus on color and shape and just have some fun and relax and breathe. Okay, mine feels pretty dry. I don't know about yours, but I'm ready. You can always put this on pause if you're not ready. All right. Now the next thing we're going to do, I guess I should put on my apron. I forgot. I was so excited to get to work. So if you have a paint apron or an old shirt, I highly recommend you put that on. You don't have to worry about your clothes unless you've got on old work clothes or play clothes. Okay. Now I want you just to pick out, if you're using paint or if you're using crayons or pastels or color pencils or whatever, I just want you to pick out the colors that make you happy. Colors that you love. Or think of places that make you happy. When you think of places that make you happy, sometimes that helps you to know what colors make you happy. Like I absolutely love the ocean. So I'm going to just put some blue paint on here in random places. And I'm just using my hands. You can use old credit cards or things that no longer have any credit on it. You can always use a paintbrush as well. But don't think about it too much. Just put some paint on there. And don't worry about covering things up. Just put it wherever it feels good. Another color I like that has to do with the ocean would be like the sand, which lots of times it's white. Now, if you have any stencils or anything like that you want to use, bubble wrap, anything that has texture, this is a great place to use it. But you don't have to. So I'm trying not to use a lot of extra things today. Another day I might show you some other things that you can do. But for today, I'm trying not to use a bunch of different things because I want you to know that you can use whatever you have. Okay. So I think what I'll do is just put a little paint on this. Uh-oh. Guess I should shake that up, huh? Okay, I'm shaking up a little bit of white paint, and I'm going to use this catalog just to squirt it out on. You could squirt it out on lots of different things. And I'm going to you can use the end of a paintbrush, or this is just like a little bamboo skewer. And I just feel like making dots. So if you have anything and you want to use it to draw with or to paint with, just grab it and try it. Like I said, don't think about it too much. know what you're thinking. What are we doing? Don't worry about it. We're just having fun. We don't know what we're doing. Just blend in your favorite colors. And it can completely cover your collage or it can partially cover your collage. Whatever it is. And you can always dry the layers in between. Like I like for that to blend, so I didn't dry it. But now I want to draw on top of it. So you have to dry the layers or your markers will ruin if they get wet. So we're going to dry that. And if you are doing more painting, you just go ahead and put me on pause. You go ahead and collage and paint away. And you can always add more collage on top of paint. I think I'm going to do that. I really like music. And so I have some really old songbooks that are falling apart that people can't use. And so I really like to use them because to me, music is about expression, but it's also many times about joy, expressing joy. And sometimes they actually say things that we want to say too, the words do. So sometimes that's kind of cool to put in there. You noticed I'm using this matte medium, but there's all kinds of different kinds of mediums, gloss. And generally I put the medium on the back and on top. Some people don't do that, but I like to seal it down on the back and the top. Let's just give that a shot. Okay, now if you want to, the whole point of this is to think of things that you love, that you enjoy, that's positive. So if you have like your favorite quote or something that encourages you or a scripture, you can always write it on here. You could also paint a picture on here. But I am just so fascinated with this girl. So sometimes what I love to do, I love silhouettes. So lots of times I'll take pictures of like my grandkids and my girls in different at different times. And then what I do, I usually take my own pictures when I use collage. But today I found this really cool picture of a girl jumping for joy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it out. Actually, we could paint the whole back of it and then cut it out and use the back. But I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this out because I kind of like her going this direction instead of the other direction. So if you want to tear out a person out of a magazine to make a silhouette, or if you have print off a picture of you or your kids or grandkids, you can just print it off on your computer and cut around it to make a silhouette. Because you'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to paint it black. So it's just going to be the silhouette. It's not going to be You're not going to know who it is. Of course, you probably know who your grandkids are by their silhouettes. Okay, so there she is. I'm pretty sure that's the way I want her. Oh yeah, that's the way I want her to be. That is stinking cool. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm sorry my table's so messy. I normally would clean it up before I would do a video, but I've been playing a lot and I just thought of this today and I thought, oh, I want to do something. I want to do a video so that I can encourage people to just get out there and play. So I did not take the time to clean it up. So my apologies. I am looking for some black paint now, which I do have my paints organized, but that's Payne's Gray. White. Interesting. What's that? Ooh, I have lots of Payne's Gray. Lots and lots, which is the nice color. But I really had my heart set on black. For some reason, it is hiding. You know, I could even use a Sharpie marker. I don't have to use paint. Hopefully, you're just going on without me. You just keep going. Here's an ivory black. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of paint there. In fact, I'm just going to put it on top of her. There's no sense wasting it. Then I'm just going to spread it out with my paintbrush. You could use a sponge or something else. The secret is I want it to cover I want it to cover the magazine. I don't want to see through it. Sometimes I like to see through stuff, but not for the silhouette. So what I might have to do, I might have to dry it a little bit and do a second coat. So we'll give it a little shot. A hair dryer works just fine too. Or if you're patient, you can let things dry. You can work on 2 or 3 paintings at the same time. But I kind of like just giving it a shot of heat. I like to keep going. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit more paint on my paintbrush. And just make that a little bit darker. I really don't want to see through that. Not that it would be the worst thing in the world, but I just kind of want it to be more black. There we go. Okay, now we'll dry that a little bit. Stack a little bit. Kind of have to get your fingers under there. Kind of pull it up gently. Gently. Oh, we have something kind of interesting happen here. The paint kind of went around it, so I'm just going to cut it off from the back. There we go. There she is. She's still a little bit wet. I'm going to dry her just a little bit more. I don't know if I'm in your way or not. Hope you can see okay. Okay, I think she's pretty dry. Okay, oh yeah, I really like her on there. She's so happy. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on the back of her, some gel, our mixed medium. There we go. And she is not afraid of the future. She is happy and embracing it completely. Get her exactly where I want her before I glue her down. Put a little bit more glue underneath. Put some on top. There she is. Jump for joy. If you want to add words to your painting, you can always use stamps. You can also write directly on it. You can paint on it. You can cut letters out of a magazine. You can find letters or words that you can purchase. Let me see if I could. Here, I really like these. I think I'm going to use this. So let's say, now you come up with whatever. You could just do like one single word, like this reminds me of joy, okay, or peace or something like that. Or you could do like a Bible verse or an inspirational quote. But I want to emphasize the word joy. So I'm just going to cut out 3 squares of paper. Now you can draw on your paper and do it just like perfect. But sometimes I just like to free-handedly cut out my letters. So I'm just going to cut out the word joy. And like I said, you can draw on your paper and then cut the letters out. That would be a safer way to go. But if I don't like it, I'll just do another one. So I generally just go for it. And like I said, if I don't like it, I'll just cut out another one. I'll tell you, one of the hardest letters to do is an S. Sometimes I have to do that a couple times. Just think of something that makes you happy, or encourages you, or inspires you. Or what word is it that you're wanting to experience right now? Maybe it's just peace, hope, joy, gratefulness, thankfulness. Other thing, you can always change any of this if you don't like it. You can always paint over the whole thing or collage over the whole thing. That's what I love about mixed media. You can take risks. Just do it. Have fun. Try it out. See how you like it. If you don't like it, you just change it. Okay. Joy. Okay, I like that. So, I think I'm going to glue it down. I just want to be grateful for all the wonderful blessings I have in my life. I want to keep my focus on those things. And I want to experience God's joy no matter what's going on, because He's always the same. He always loves us. He's always got good plans for us. Trying to think, where does that look the best? A little bit too high. There we go. Okay. I'm going to dry that a little bit because I'm probably going to ride on here. Oh, I forgot about my trivia packages too. I didn't use them. I love them. Let's see what they say. Compliment the person next to you. Hey, you guys are doing an awesome job. What does this one say? Make time for me time. That's what we're doing right now, isn't it? Savor each morning. It's a fresh start. I like that one. I think I'm going to use that one. That's what I love about mornings are my favorite time. So I think I'm going to pull this apart to glue it instead of gluing down the whole package. And I'm going to tear off a little bit of that down there. I'll just tear a little bit around it. That's a good reminder. Savor each morning. It's a fresh start. Oh yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, that's not quite dry. I'm going to dry it just a little bit more. Okay. Now you can take your Sharpie or your Posca paint pen or any kind of black. These are Faber-Castell pens. That one writes. I think what I want to do is I want to outline joy. You wouldn't have to. But I think I want it to show up just a little bit more. So I'm going to outline it. I hope my head's not in your way. I don't have anybody here today to look at the camera while we're taping. I just think it helps it to stand out a little bit. And sometimes I don't want the words to stand out. I want them to kind of be discovered. They're kind of hidden in there. I kind of like that. But today for this, I kind of want them to stand out. And I think I'm going to write the word the joy, I'm not sure where to place this. I'm just going to try it out. It's a little bit. The joy of the, I think I want to do cursive, Lord. I love this scripture. It helps me so much. The joy of the Lord let's see, is my, you know what's coming? Strength. I think I want to do something that kind of looks like rocks. So I want to get some like gray paper or black paper, something like that. So you think of stuff while you're working lots of times. So it's nice to have a nice trash pile of papers and things that you like nearby. which I don't have, so I'm looking for something that's kind of black and craggy, which is kind of hard to find right now. Of course, I could always paint it too, couldn't I? Or, you know what, I could even paint no, I really want to cut it out. I want it to be big. So I'm just going to have to use what I can find here. There's some black. Not very much, a little bit though. Right, here's some at the bottom of this page too. There's S. T. I'm just looking for black and gray and browns. There's an R. E. Notice I'm not even doing the same sizes. Sometimes I do like the same size, so the letters are pretty much the same. But sometimes I want them to be different. S-T-R-E N I tell you, some great magazines can be just like catalogs and stuff even. S-T-R-E-N-G. I need 2 more pieces. You would think I could find some black. Ooh, here's a gray. This will be perfect. Look at that. That'll be great. Let's see, S-T-R-E-N-G. I need 2 more. Okay. All right. I hope you're having fun while I'm doing this too. It might be too big. Maybe I'm getting a little carried away. Let's just kind of S-T-R-E-N-G. H. Okay, so we don't need it quite so big, so let's reduce these. S T R E N S-T-R-E-N G T H. Don't want it to be too perfect. You know what I'm saying? Not really into that. S-T-R-E-N-G. T-H. Maybe we should move it up. S-T, overlap, R-E-N-G, T-H. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, so I got to think about the S. Shh, I probably should write on there. Let's see if I can do it. So we got. For some reason, S's are hard for me to remember how to make when I'm cutting. I should look at something, huh? Okay, so S. T. Like I said, you could paint it, you could write it, you could type it out on the computer. I do that sometimes. You can type it out on the computer and then you can print it off and you can glue it on your paper. It's a really great way, especially if like you have a long quote and you really don't want to write it all out, or it's just a lot. Okay, so there's the R. I don't know why. I kind of like to cut out letters sometimes because you can do different textures. But in this case, my blacks are kind of the same, except for the gray, that cool gray paper we found. S-T-R-E. I like E's, they're easy. E. E. N. And notice I'm doing different sizes. I just thought I'd try that. I just think I kind of like that. Sometimes I like for things not to be so perfect. I like for them to be kind of funky. Just cool. All right, let me think about a G. G. See, wait a minute. Yeah. I have no idea if you guys can see. I hope you're having a good time. Oh, just breathe. And I quite try to quit talking so much. Sometimes it's just nice just to work and quiet. Use the right side of our brains. G. T. Working on T. T. And then H. The joy of the Lord is my strength. He fills my mouth with laughter, and I say, ha ha. Okay, I like it. All right, I'm going to glue that on real quick. Another thing you can do, I didn't show you, but you can just take a piece of white tissue paper and you can write on it with a Sharpie, and then you can put it down on top of your collage, and it'll kind of be translucent. You can see behind it. It's a really cool way to do it. Love it. Sometimes I just put the glue on top of my collage because I'm going to be putting more glue on there anyway. Oopsie. Kind of tricky to get a hold of. And I want to play with how I had that. I really like that. Kind of stacking it on top of each other. It's kind of cool. STR. E. Just kind of playing with it where I think it looks good. E. T. Okay, let me try just a teeny weeny bit. Uh-oh. You see that? Uh-oh. Now, if you had like a journal or a notebook or something that you wanted to make a cool cover for, you could actually do your collage right on the cover of your notebook. Or if you wanted to use this magazine as a journal, you can paint that and use it as an art journal and have that be your cover. Or you can tear it out and you can hang it up and put it in a place inside your closet door or where you get ready in the morning, somewhere where it will give you some encouragement to know that this time in your life is passing and that good things are around the corner and that you can make it through this time in your life. Take time to play, take time to do things that you enjoy. And I just want to say that the joy of the Lord will be your strength and He will help you through this time. Nothing is too big for Him. Keep your eyes on Him and have fun. Play with paint, play with collage, and do it a lot. You might even want to do it every morning. Anyway, that's all for now. Bye.